It's the kind of revenue we were generating in our wholesaling business, having to grind and market and do all the kind of things we were doing. And yet the storage business has been relatively simple. There was some heavy lifting on to get the deal, obviously. But once we crossed that finish line, it's more about optimizing the facility.
You're listening to Flip Empire, the show committed to helping real estate entrepreneurs who want to build their empire without sacrificing their life. Your success and freedom starts now with your host, Alex Pardo.
I quickly realized that in order for me to generate the kind of cash flow I was looking for on a monthly basis, doing it with single family rentals, I felt was going to take me a long time. And when I transitioned out of the wholesaling operation in 2020, I had always had my eye on self-storage. And I'm so glad I made that transition at the end of 2020, beginning of 2021. So right now, I'm a minority partner on one facility in Ohio, and then I'm an owner of the bigger facility in Mississippi. And I was at that facility meeting with our property management company. This was the first time that our property management company was coming on site and just doing a walkthrough, game planning on what we needed to do to optimize the facility. We bought American Mini Storage it was 56% economic occupancy. And I think physical occupancy was in the high 60s, low 70s. And I had recently switched property management companies. So when I was out there, I was walking the facility with them and I got a call from one of the brokers that sold us a deal and said, "Hey, I have this corporate buyer who, is offering 5-6 cap rates on storage. Are you interested in selling?" And at the time, I kind of quickly dismissed it. I'm like, "No, man, I bought this thing for cash." I was thinking to myself, I got out of the single family business because I was tired of the transactional nature of that business. And I got in this for the cash flow, to buy and hold. Having said that, he goes, "Okay, no problem." He was like, "Well, if you want, just send me your recent P&L and send me a rent roll and I'll float it by him and just, why don't we just see what he's willing to pay?" So I said, okay, I'm not one to just turn an ear to a potential offer, even though I have no interest in selling. And I'm glad I didn't, because 3 weeks later, he came back to us with a letter of intent. And by the way, I know this buyer is legit because they just finished purchasing a few facilities from my storage coach. So I know they're 100% legit. And I get this letter of intent, and it was for $1 million more than we paid for the facility just 9 months ago. Mind you, the facility is not even close to being optimized, and we're already cash flowing. And here I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, this is a nice chunk of change we can walk away with in a relatively short amount of time. It's the kind of revenue we were generating in our wholesaling business, having to grind and market and do all the kind of things we were doing. And yet the storage business has been relatively simple. There was some heavy lifting on to get the deal, obviously. But once we crossed that finish line, it's more about optimizing the facility. One last thing before you go. If you have been listening to the show for a while or you have been getting value from the show, I would be 100% honored if you would share this show with a friend, or maybe share it with somebody that you think could benefit from this. It's my mission, it's my cause, it's my purpose through Flip Empire to impact and touch people's lives, to help people and in their businesses. So it would be an honor if you would be willing to share this episode. And one last thing, make sure that you're subscribed so that you get notified every Monday and Thursday when shows get released. I look forward to connecting with you on the next one. Until then, have a great day.